Hello friends, welcome to Help Me Coder, the channel which talks about technology and helps the coder community out there. In today's video, we are going to discuss about footers in SharePoint Online or Office 365. Now, as we know, footers are part of any websites that you see out on the internet. Now in SharePoint Online communication sites, the modern communication sites, Microsoft has provided a footer out-of-the-box control. Now you can use this out-of-the-box control to create awesome footers within matters of seconds. Now we can use the UI part to create these footer, but in this video we will be also seeing how to use PowerShell to manage these footer. So let's quickly jump. So I have opened this SharePoint Online communication site, and by default any modern communication site have the footer enabled. So if you scroll at the bottom of this site, you will see that this is the footer which is there at the bottom of this site. And now how do you configure this site through UI on this communication modern site? So reach out to the gear icon at the right hand side of your screen, click on that, go to the change the look. Once you click on change the look, you will see there are different options over here. Choose footer. And then once you are on the footer screen, you will see that there are some of the options over here, like you can turn the footer visibility to on and off. Then you can change the logo of the footer, and then you can provide the footer name. Other than that, so these are some of the settings over here. Other than that, what you can do is, if you want to provide some links and write some text over there on your footer, what you can do is scroll at the bottom. You will see that there is an edit button over here. Click on the edit button. You will see that there is some options at the left hand side of your screen. Click on the plus icon. So once you click on plus icon, you can add a link. So link can be a URL or can be a header. Header is something that is a text content. For example, if you want to provide some copyright text for your website, you can write it over there. Say for example, I can say ampersand copy, which will give you a copyright icon, and you can say help me coder 2019, something like this. Other than this, you can also provide links as well. So if I want to provide a URL, maybe I want to direct it to my help me coder site, helpmecoder.com, and I can write my site. So if I want to do all these kind of things, I can just save it, and once I save it, you will see that these are the links. So this is the copyright thing, and this is the my site. Maybe I want to have the copyright at the extreme right. So how do you shift the thing? So you can just hold on to it and then you can bring it down, and if you want to edit it, there are 3 dots over here. You can edit it over here. You can move down from that side as well. So these are the couple of things that you can do from UI, but most of the time doing it UI on, if you have multiple sites where you want to display this, would be a cumbersome process. So that's why we're gonna see the PowerShell way of doing things. Let me open the PowerShell terminal. Then you need to run it as an administrator. So you need to but make sure that you have the PnP PowerShell Cmdlet installed. So if you don't have that installed, then you need to run install module SharePointPnPPowerShellOnline to install that module. I have provided the commands that I will be using over here in the description section below. First, we'll look to see how we disable or enable the footer using the PowerShell. So to do that, first I will use the Connect-PnPOnline with my URL, the URL of the website, which is the same website. I have provided the name of the website over here. So the name of the website, and then you need to provide the credentials to logging into the SharePoint Online. So once you type in over here, you will see this particular window where you need to provide your credentials. So once you have provided the credentials, then you need to get the current web object. So for that, you will write and then store that into a variable. So I will say $web is equal to Get-PnPWeb. I will disable for now the footer which you were seeing earlier over here. So see, right now the footer is enabled, so you can see the footer over here. And to disable this footer, what I can do right now is I can get hold this $web object, and I can say footer enabled. So footer enabled property is there, and then you can say footer enabled is equal to false. So once you do this, then you need to update the web object. So you can just say again $web.Update, close this. So to finally execute the current actions of or the commands that you have done, you need to write is Invoke-PnPQuery. So for that I will write Invoke-PnPQuery. So once I do this command, so basically then this thing will get changed. So if you refresh this site again, you will see that the below the footer is gone now. So that is how you enable or disable the footer. But this is something you could have done it easily from here as well. But my main idea is how do you have those links, labels added using this PowerShell. So what I will be doing right now is let me again enable the footer. So I will say this as true and I will just update this and then I will just invoke the query. So I will be using PnP provisioning template to basically create the links and adding the footer name or adding labels. And then basically after I create that template, I will be applying that template to this particular site over here. So to let you know how do we create these templates, so there is a PnP provisioning schema page on GitHub. This is the PnP provisioning page over here, and you will see that there are the different schemas. So you need to first check whether your command is available in the schema, because these schemas keeps on getting updated with the new features. So to check that, you can click a particular schema. Once you click a particular schema, you can search for that particular thing that you want to say. For example, our case, I am trying to find footer. So yes, so this schema is good for us. We can start using this schema. So how do we write this thing? So I have already done this script on Visual Studio. You can do it on Notepad, wherever you want. So I will just take you through this. How do I write this particular schema? So it's not that difficult, I would say. From the first glance it will look little daunting, but it's pretty easy. So over here, if you see that there is a PnP provisioning thing, so the first line is the PnP provisioning. You need to add this XML version, that's true. First line is PnP provisioning. You just copy the first line over here, the PnP provisioning, this one. These other options, versions, authors, generators, everything is non-mandatory, so you can leave that. So that's why I have not added anything over here. Inside that, you can add other options. Like for my case, I need to add a template over here. So I will add an option called PnP template. Inside that, PnP provisioning template, and then the PnP footer. So this is the whole hierarchy, is that footer is inside the provisioning template, which is inside the template. Now if I take back again, so if you see that PnP provisioning contains the PnP template section. So if I go inside the template, it is PnP templates contain the PnP provisioning template, and inside the provisioning template you will have the word footer. So if I go into the footer over here, at the bottom, so there is a PnP footer which is having PnP footer links. Now if I go back to my script over here, the template is having a ID. You can get an ID from the GUID editor. So you can get this ID over here and then remove the slash and bring this ID over here. So now after that, you can provide the same PnP provisioning template ID. Try using the same ID over here that you see and onto the bottom. So this is a template and this is the format that I'm using. Then inside that you have a PnP footer. I have marked it as enabled is equal to true. And if you see, these are the set of options that you can see. There is an enable, there is a logo, there is a name. So everything you can do from here as well. So I am not touching on logo part right now. What I'm doing is I am providing the name. I am providing remove existing nodes is equal to true, means if anything has been done before will be overwritten. Then I am providing the footer links over here and I am adding the individual footer links from here. So once, if you see, this is the whole script file. Now how do you run this script file? If I open this thing and if I type in, so this is the Apply-PnP provisioning template command, and if in this I need to just provide the path of this particular XML file. Once I do that, basically it will run this template against the thing, and that's it, it's deployed. So if you go back to your site and you refresh the particular site that you have, you will see that at the footer side you will have this footer title, and you will have the links that I have defined. So there is a learn more link, there is a contact link which goes to my site helpmecoder.com. so this is how you deploy it using the PnP provisioning script. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you would have liked this video, and do provide your comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, do let me know and I will try my best to answer those questions. About the script that I have written over here about the footer, this script can also be found in my website, the helpmecoder.com, where I will be writing an article on how do you set up footer using the PowerShell. So you can visit that website as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel Help Me Coder. So until next time, happy coding.